Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, August 22nd, 2015. Ra and Luce in the Lynn-Body-Mind, Black Wolf and Glenn in the Jamie-Body-Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us in the physical to some extent or another. Both body-minds are showing interesting symptoms, identical and interesting symptoms. We're not going to pretend this isn't happening. We're going to use these symptoms as a way to create a powerful intention for the work. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to manifest the divine plan right now. The data showing what's needed is to provide a collective restart right now, and the data also showing that without these two portals it isn't likely to happen. And with that, it begins.
Restating the intention to heal the root causes of the symptoms of shortness of breath, exhaustion, and dizziness, and whatever they represent, in such a way as to align all members of Team Lynn with their soul plans, and to trigger the awakening right now by providing a collective restart right now. Seeing what looks like an opening at the top of a very long tunnel, and it looks like an opening, kind of like a throat, opening and closing.
I see
as
that.
Breath comes in and out. And the throat itself looks sick. It looks like tonsillitis when it's swollen and has little spots of infection on it.
Yes.
Sick infection spots. And feeling the breathing very ragged in the physical body. These are infections of untruth, lies that are caught in the throat and causing infection, making it hard to breathe, making it hard to speak, merging with the 1500, and starting to swab it out with truth, and it stings.
It stings.
I can see the muscles of the throat, the skin of the throat contracting and twitching, flinching.
I can feel the 1500 here. I'm not sure I can feel the 4000 here.
I can feel the 1500 here. That's true. That's true.
Can you feel the 4000?
I can feel them kind of on the edge.
They're standing
but not,
back,
yeah,
though. They're not engaged.
Solidly. Not solidly. So
All right, so it's with the 1500 souls who have
that's
been
true.
engaging in the cycles of reincarnation after having given up their exemption certificate.
Yes, that's true. The first levels of the lies are off, just that extra pus. And it's like the wounds are exposed, the wounds underneath the pus. And they're
The real question is, are they oozing?
right. Most of them seem to be oozing. There are some that look old, dried, crusted, but most of them seem to be actively infected. Most of them feels like it's a question of pressing them out, and the lies just squirt out and can be pulsed up with bleach, truth from below. And then there are these older ones that look almost like they've tried to heal, but it hasn't gone right. They weren't clean. Something was wrong.
It's
in
like
the
they've
healing.
scabbed over, but the issue is still there, not
Yes,
dealt
that's true.
with.
So the scab is hurting, not helping, making it harder to heal the problem,
Yes.
rather than easier to heal the problem.
What I'm actually seeing is
Yeah.
Glenn carrying up the crates of lies.
I do see that. That's true.
And maybe these are lies that we as souls are having a hard time letting go of. We as the 1500, the collective of 1500.
That feels true.
We're having a hard time letting go of it. And so, for example, what do I know?
Yeah.
I know that the angelic superiority lies
That's
are
a big one.
sticky, hard to let go of.
That's true.
And the spirit world superiority lies are sticky and hard to let go of.
That's a big one. That's true.
Perhaps these are lies of superiority.
Ah, that feels true. That feels true. And it seems like Glenn is nodding.
Yes.
Well, to these 1500, game theory would say the right thing to do is for everyone to go grab crates. Ooh. starting to feel more soul energy in the body, just started to feel less exhausted.
Yes.
Although a little dizzier. How does that physical body feel?
A little dizzier, less, but there is more soul energy in the body.
That's true. So asking to be shown.
It felt like the right thing.
Right, it felt like the right thing, but now more is needed.
And so maybe those 1,500 are supposed to be re-clearing the collapsed pillar. It collapsed when they all went to work on that other project, and
that's true.
The rest of the 4,000, they don't seem to want to engage anyway.
No, they seem to be hanging back.
So the rest of the 4,000, maybe they should be the ones to go
do the physical dimension work that really gunks up the
right. Just go be door stops.
That's true.
In that other effort.
That's perfect.
Have them be door stops, and this 1,500 who's actually willing to do something
work
actively.
to clear the pillar.
Work to reestablish this portal. Once more we've lost the transport portal.
True.
Once more we've lost the end of the line outpost. But these 1,500 can open it up again.
That's true.
And the other 2,500 can go be clogs.
That's true. That seems to have a big response. I can feel the other 2,500 packing out. It kind of feels like it looks like a line of ants walking out from the top of what feels like the spine of the physical body.
And I'm getting sensations in the left foot.
That's true. For the rest of the 4,000 to go do the physical dimension assignments that have been proven to render souls pretty useless. They tend to slime souls pretty hard. But if they're not doing anything effective anyway, it's better to at least be effective. If you're going to be a lead weight, at least be a useful lead weight. There we go. And now it feels like there's more air in the staircases, the stairways where the 1,500s are carting up the boxes. And it's not just cartons. Some of them are carrying crates, but others it looks like rolled up carpets and broken furniture.
I see that.
And others look like big taxidermied animals. It looks like if you cleared out a very old opera house, the kind of things that you would find in the back rooms.
Yes, I have the impression of the Museum of Natural History.
Yes, that's true. It's true.
Well, I know that the Museum of Natural History has a truly offensive exhibit that implies that climate change isn't real.
That's true.
Because it's got one of the Koch brothers on the board of directors, and it's taking a lot of money from them. And so they're just prostituting themselves.
For money, that's true.
For money.
That's true, laying aside all sense of integrity or of mission. For money.
Total lack of integrity.
That's true.
Okay, so let's look for, in addition to errors of superiority, lies of superiority, let's look for errors of lack of integrity, perhaps.
That's true. I hear the sounds of big doors banging open, starting to pull out big boxes now. These look like huge shipping crates that you would see on docks.
I see it.
Pulling them out. For all the 1,500. Anyone standing around, go towards the errors of lack of integrity. Pull them out. And go up as high as you can get, as high up the stairs as you can get. And then ring the bell. There, and there's more. There are other rooms unopened.
I'm noticing Pan and his error is errors of wishful thinking.
Oh, good catch. That's true. I can also see Pan waving.
Hi.
Hi. And like waving a flag, like here, right here.
Yes.
Gesturing to a room.
Yes.
These boxes here. And so just directing a flow of the 1,500. Anyone who's looking for something to do, right there we go. I feel them coming into the room and picking things up. Hands gesturing to other rooms next to that one that feel like similar errors with slightly different flavors.
Yes.
It could be different kinds of wishful thinking. or wishful thinking of different motivation.
Yes.
That could be. A lot of the 1500 are crying.
Yes.
And carrying up the boxes. And now remember, don't just carry them out of the rooms. Go up as high the staircase as you can get. Because this is also for exercise. This
and
is
go in
win-win-win.
shifts so that they get all the way up and out the top
That's true.
of the pillar, all the way out the
all
top
the way
of
out
the
the
pillar.
top. Really bucket brigade all the way up and out the top.
And now I start to see Betty Jean and her crew
That's true.
gravitating toward higher levels of
That's
the pillar.
true. I see that.
A lot of sadness.
That's true. I see what looks like Luce, and he's standing in front of doors too and doing a similar wave that Pan was doing.
Yes.
And gesturing in here and here. Excuse me.
This has to do with friends, wishful thinking about friends.
That's true. That's true.
Wanting to see our friends as
More
what
helpful.
we want them to be rather than the reality of what actually is.
That's true. It feels like the ones who really, really, really want to change are the ones going into that room.
Yes.
They're going, whoa. I don't like that. But I don't have to like it for it to be true.
I see Black Wolf.
I see
working
Black
there.
Wolf. That's true.
And Luce.
Starting to card it out. And Luce. That's true.
And
Starting to card it out. And maybe Glenn.
maybe Glenn.
Starting to
Ra's
card it
working
out.
in another room.
That is true. Carding, and now all the way up, and now it feels like there are pulleys starting to work where Betty Jean and her crew are.
Yes.
Starting to get a pulley system going, bringing stuff up, bringing up what is not helpful, and bringing down truth, which feels like fresh air and light. Ra is waving at the door to a room full of errors, and the error feels like reluctance to let go of old plans. And like Luce, he looks shaken but calm. And now directing the 1500, merging. I'm surprised by how many.
So many of these old plans, and none of them are any good at all.
That's true.
The test that they did, it really proved that none of those plans will work. Let's just take all those plans and let them go.
That's true.
Because all 1500 working together were not able to accomplish a
Small.
tiny little assignment.
That's true. I feel a big flow of the 1500 coming into this room and hoisting the boxes up.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are taking personal responsibility and saying, oh yeah, like those are mine,
Mhm.
that one's mine, those are mine. And a lot of the boxes look like big models, big scale models
Yes.
of huge buildings, cities, worlds. I'm just trying to carry them out and carry them all the way up as high as we can get. And now the pulley system is working faster, it's humming along, and I can see it's getting easier to get the crates up. It's like before we had to hook the crate to the pulley and it wasn't certain if the pulley will hold, and it was the feeling of, okay, we're just gonna try this and see if it works. And now it feels like there's elevator boxes, dumb waiters. It's a more secure system. I seem to be shown what now? Well, game theory would say it's Black Wolf's turn. And I see Black Wolf standing at the door to a room waving. Well, it seems to be his basic error of not getting into good alignment, of just barreling ahead in a way that makes everything unravel, of not starting with the basics, of not getting clear and solid before moving ahead. Recklessness, kind of.
Yes, it's like starting the car and driving down the street while putting on his jacket.
Yes, that's what it feels like. Starting to clear out this room. This room of not properly preparing, not properly aligning, of moving in a direction without being in a state that is actually effective for success of the work.
the sadness seems to come from realizing, without getting the alignment on, I'm not as effective as I think I am.
That's true. That's true.
None of us are, though. The key is to get the alignment on.
That's true.
I don't know whether or not this is important,
Yeah.
but it's happened multiple times.
What is it?
And I just kind of gazing up into the blue sky, I can see the blood cells going through the capillaries in my retina.
Wow.
It's just like, it looks like tiny little insects, but
Yeah.
I know what it is. I'm seeing the blood cells going through the capillaries in the retina. It means something.
That's true. Well, seeing tiny things that most people wouldn't see, and not only wouldn't see, but definitely wouldn't identify.
Right.
And even if they could identify them, 60 minutes later probably couldn't remember it or identify them again or explain it adequately. It can not only notice the tiny, tiny things that no one else sees, but it can identify them. And that we as souls are recognizing is super...
It's just rare.
It's rare. That's true. Merging with the 1500.
But that's a message. It's a message. So there's like,
That's
it
true.
might be about the 1500, because
That
they
could
look
be.
active, you know?
Yeah,
They're not
moving.
just sitting around.
That's true.
What it looks like is
Yes.
almost random movement. You know, there are lots of capillaries in the retina,
That's
you know?
true.
And so it just looks like tiny little beings moving. It looks like watching ants on the top of an ant pile after we step on it accidentally.
Oh,
and the ants
that's
are all just in
true.
a hubbub.
Chaos.
Yes, chaos.
That's true.
It doesn't look orderly.
No. That's true.
That can't be right.
That's true. To better direct the flow of traffic, better direct the flow of work. That could be that the focus is too horizontal. Clearing out the rooms is bringing people into a horizontal alignment as opposed to clearing them up. It's possible they're going horizontally into the rooms and then horizontally out and then up the pillar, instead of creating pillars where the rooms are, instead of just going straight up.
Or drawing the rooms energetically into the central
center.
core so that it just comes up. Boop, 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 boop.
That's better. That's better. Not just bringing the boxes out and sending the boxes up, but to bring the rooms themselves into alignment with the central core. That feels better. Bringing the rooms into alignment with the central core in such a way that they can be cleared up the pillar, and in such a way to clear the pillar itself and strengthen the pillar itself.
What are all these storehouses? We had a good list.
That's true. Lies of superiority, lies of wishful thinking, lies of a different flavor of wishful thinking, wanting our friends to be helpful, not hurtful, lies of wanting hurtful things to be helpful, lies that we can be effective when we aren't in a good energy alignment.